caught up talking about food somehow today that we were like, let's just make the show about food.
I know how it happened.
Is that what we're doing?
And Ms. Braxton has a dilemma. It's December 7th.
Yeah.
7th.
Yes.
And you're having a conundrum about what to serve for Christmas dinner.
Day.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I can't
December.
tell
Is that right?
if you're thinking that that's early to have a conundrum.
Yes.
Early.
Way
Early.
I'm with you.
It's early.
Because I know the plight. I know, yes.
How slow of a planner are you? You've got a couple of weeks.
I feel like because you guys don't do any of the cooking.
And
That's
the
not true.
presentation is some of the best parts of Christmas.
Yes.
And we want to do something, I think, non-traditional.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Thanksgiving is a slam dunk. You pretty much know what you're going to get, love it.
Yeah.
But Christmas, we have more options, so we don't know what to do. We've talked about, like, I make this yummy stew that has an entire bottle of red wine in it.
Yeah.
And the meat just falls apart. It's not your traditional, like, kind of gravy-ish stew.
Really?
That got nixed.
Why don't you make, why? That sounds fantastic.
doesn't like stew.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't like stew.
Who doesn't like stew?
Pulled pork.
We talked Mexican. I mean, it's wide open. I just need suggestions. We keep having, Jaden and I, because we're the planners, we keep having these conversations, and we come away from these long conversations with nothing.
You know, I've never thrown Jeff under the bus. I like him very much. But he's off base on this
Meat
one.
and potatoes guy
This whole
here.
bottle of red wine in the stew, that's a go.
I like all soups and stews. All soups and bisques and stews and soups.
You know what?
Yeah, how do you do it?
I'm not a huge stew fan, but this is not your typical, and then you put some horseradish sour cream on
Yeah.
it. It's got wine. It has a teeny bit of actual orange peel in it. I mean, it's got a really complex layer, and then you do like garlic bread.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I like that. I like to dip the bread into the soup.
I
for the
do
chowder.
too.
Chowder, soup,
Yeah.
bisques,
Yeah.
stews.
Yeah.
Can I ask Rod a quick question?
Yeah.
Even though I know the answer, I'm going to ask
Oh,
you
you know
anyway.
the answer.
Are you more concerned about tonight's dinner
Tonight's
or dinner on Christmas?
Well, I would say, well, I'm not concerned about tonight's dinner,
What's
but
top of mind?
I will come up with tonight's dinner before I'll think about Christmas.
I'm excited. That's when you turned to me and said, "What are you doing for Christmas dinner?" I was like, "Christmas dinner is 3 weeks from now."
But my wife and daughter already told me what they want me to make. Somebody said you guys don't do the cooking.
Oh, what are
It's
you
not
making?
true.
What are you making?
You know, they both really like pull apart, incredibly slow-cooked, tender
Yes.
beef.
Okay.
So for Christmas Day, we're just doing a good old-fashioned slow-cooked pot roast. Nothing fancy, but especially my daughter, she really loves pull apart.
Do you do like horseradish on the top? On your plate?
No, it's just kind of classic Midwest, slow-cooked carrots, potatoes, mushrooms, onions.
Now, do you have, is this like,
I'll make mashed
what do you
potatoes.
make it in? Is it like a slow
It's
cooker?
just in a slow.
pot?
This is nothing fancy, ladies and gentlemen. But no, I'll sear the roast, and then I'll put it into a big crock pot, and then I'll whip up some dry onion soup mix, and put that in there, and season it, and put some garlic cloves in there, and the carrots and potatoes, and really that's it.
That sounds
And
amazing.
it just cooks all day, but it's good. Yeah.
I don't mind that dish. I don't call it amazing though. Like to me, like it's a little bit boring with the potatoes and the carrots and the beef. No, listen.
Kim
But what
Tanner was
happens?
saying no one can hear us, or
Oh,
something is
really?
not plugged
Yeah,
in right,
Cassie
our
says they're
microphones are
trying
messed
to
up.
fix it.
Oh, jeez. So should we
Brian
keep
Matthews
talking?
says they fixed it. No, Brian says they fixed it.
Oh, should it be
Well,
fixed,
Rod,
Kim? Can you hear
I don't know if you heard
That sounds
Rod.
amazing. That's what my loving family wants.
I just heard Rod, and maybe you didn't talk about the pot roast that he puts together. But what I like is day 2 of the pot roast.
Yeah.
Because me will take it on day 2 and turn it into a shepherd's pie.
Oh, yeah.
I do like a shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
And one of my sons, like that will be the #1 dinner he would ask for, with the mashed potatoes on top, and like somehow like that beef just has more juice and flavor when it's mixed in there with the carrots.
The
I feel like a shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
See, I haven't had pot roast in years. That's something that we never make, so it's not boring to me because I never have it.
Thank
What
you,
are you
Brenda.
putting in the stew? Beef chunks?
Yeah, that's what I would
So
do.
if you just put all those beef chunks together, that's pot roast.
Oh, I know, but I
Yeah,
haven't.
like
I don't
sliced.
cook it. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
ever cook it.
How did we phrase the question? What are we asking our
What
viewers?
are we
are
asking?
your holiday meal plans?
Okay. I would say look onto the Facebook page. I'll share one thing real quick that my wife does on Christmas morning.
On Christmas?
So, not the meal at night,
Right.
the dinner that you speak of, Brenda,
Okay.
but on Christmas morning, she puts together a strata. You guys ever make a strata?
A strata?
It's kind of like a
different
breakfast
layers.
casserole. It's not even layered necessarily. It just looks like almost like tuna noodle casserole, except it's no tuna, and there's no noodles. It's eggs, and it's sausage, and it's some peppers, and it's what she does that for. She'll put it together the night before, and there's bread in there.
Yeah.
So that way on Christmas morning, she comes down, sticks that in the oven, turns it on, and is cooking when we go open up the presents, and we spend all that time doing that. when we're done and the boys have kind of settled down, breakfast is
It's
ready.
ready to go. Yeah, that makes sense.
We
Yeah.
do that, and it's I found it in a bed and breakfast. It's like from the 90s cookbook. So all different beds and breakfasts submit their favorite recipes, and it's the same thing. It's got cheese and
Yes.
Canadian bacon and white bread, and it's soaked all in like an egg mixture
Yes.
and some
I
peppers.
forgot about that.
And then when you bake it, it poofs
Yes.
up. It's amazing. It's so. Oh, and then bread. Cornflakes with butter.
Oh, we
it's
don't
like
have
it's got
that,
a
no.
crunchy topping. It's like super like it's
All right.
very delicious.
You know, our answers are all all over the board. Jack Kane says mac and cheese. I don't know if Stanford's kidding or not. He says dinner for Christmas will be fried bologna with taters. Nothing special. We've got Darlene Reams who says we're having a ham dinner, kind of classic or traditional with all the fixings and pumpkin custard pie for dessert.
Ooh,
Yum,
pumpkin
yum.
custard pie.
Yeah.
I'd like details on that, Darlene. The pumpkin custard pie,
You
which
know,
is
I-
different than, I guess, pumpkin pie.
I do love, is it? I don't know.
I'm going to ask Darlene to
Ask
give me
her
some
that.
specifics, please.
I do love baked, like a casserole dish, mac and cheese, which
Yeah.
my mother used to make it that way. And I haven't, you know, so many people do the mac and cheese on the stovetop now, but like a really good old-fashioned
Home-baked?
elbow-baked
Yes.
macaroni
I like anything
casserole.
baked.
I like that.
Baked ziti? I
See,
like
this
my
is the
ziti
thing.
baked.
This is another thing that we took into consideration. I'm like, how do you want to feel on Christmas morning? Do you want to be in the kitchen like you are on Thanksgiving, where it's like 3 cooks, you know, running around
yeah,
doing things?
yeah.
Or do you just want a chill day? Like, we'll start off with cinnamon rolls, and then what else do you want to do? Is it a big pot of something that we heat up? Is it
Do
something
you do
that's
a
half made?
fancier meal Christmas Eve or Christmas night?
Well, boy, we've done both. I mean, usually it's Christmas
We
Day.
really do fancy, like it's kind of the magical of
I
Christmas
love that.
Eve.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Day is more
Chill.
relaxed.
Well, that way you put
That's what
leftovers
I
out for
want.
Santa, so that's probably smart.
Yeah.
My daughter goes, you know, you leave like cookies and milk or whatever. Or like maybe I've seen people do carrots for the reindeer,
of
you
course.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
And she was like, Mom, what if, you know, we do the cookies, but we put some beans out for Santa? And I was just like,
Beans?
Refried?
I don't know. Like, do you think Santa wants beans? And I was like,
help
you know
him.
what beans do? And
him
she was like,
power the
what?
sleigh.
I'm like, beans make you toot. What if you sent Santa tooting around? And she just went into the biggest laughing fit, and she loved that idea. So
I think
That's
that
what's gonna
bowl full of
happen.
jelly could produce some quality toots.
I think it makes sense, right? Help
yeah,
Santa
well, that's from a 4-year-old. So there you
power
go.
the sleigh a
That's
little bit.
hilarious.
there.
Yeah.
Willie Huey says he has 2 grills running on Christmas.
Okay.
One for prime rib, one for ham, plus laser potatoes. It's merely a path to the means, though.
What's a laser potato?
I don't know. It's
Really?
all for morning hash.
What the heck is a laser
Mix
potato?
all 3 together in a skillet with eggs and peppers the next morning.
Okay.
If I know
On the
Willie, there's no
26th.
potatoes in the laser potatoes. Remember I made the armadillo eggs. There's no eggs, no armadillo.
Lupita Garcia says tamales and a hot cup of coffee.
Tamales are very
Tamales.
traditional for a lot of
Yes.
people, yeah.
But that's really, isn't that really hard to make?
Oh yeah,
Like,
no, that's
yeah,
that's labor intensive.
I would
Laser
love
potatoes,
a
that is a
tamale.
thing, guys.
Yeah, my-
Where can I buy
This
tamales?
is what laser potatoes are.
That's what I
Potato
need to
bake.
do. I would
Olympia
so do a
Provisions
tamale.
makes it.
It looks like a pie.
Oh, they're like, see how they're like thin,
Like
it's
scallop
almost like
potatoes?
patatas bravas, where it's like thin shaves of potatoes. It's Spanish.
It's almost like
and then
something
they
else I've never
layer
heard
it
of.
together into a little cube. Atuala used to make that. But those are all little potato layers, and then they put it on
Is it
top of each
light?
other.
It looks like it might be light and airy.
Yeah, and it bakes up like super good. Yeah, you julienne them.
Hey, we have a Joshua Madrid
I see
sighting.
that. I see that.
I see it. Yeah, read it, Brenda.
Wow.
You want me to go?
Yeah,
It's been a
please.
while.
Please.
Here's my question. How different is your Christmas meal from your Thanksgiving meal? Ours is like completely different. For us, we usually swap in smoked duck for the smoked turkey.
Okay.
The sweets change a bit, and everything else is basically the same. Oh, and my cocktail spirits choice obviously changes, but I think the 2 meals are basically the same.
You know, I grew up with it being kind of that way. If anything, we had turkey for Thanksgiving and ham for Christmas, but to Joshua's point, the sides were pretty much the same. Minus you didn't have stuffing, of course,
Right.
Yeah.
with the ham. But yeah, I
I feel like that's part of the spread. You've got to have sides, and a lot of them. Bless you,
Excuse me?
Chica.
Yeah.
Was that
It was
a
a
tiny
nose
little
tweak
sneeze.
and then a
Sneeze.
like a sharp
trying not
toot.
to Well, I had some beans.
Interesting. It was an interesting development in the middle of Sunrise Extra.
It was coming. I was trying to get away.
The recipe for pumpkin custard
Oh my gosh,
pie.
yes, okay.
She
I would
did?
take it. Darlene, please.
going
Wait,
to.
pumpkin custard?
Can you post the whole thing right here on the live stream? Maybe everyone would enjoy it.
Totally.
But if not, you can just email it to me, dcarney@kgw.com. That'd be awesome, Darlene. And I'd also like to get one more recipe because earlier, Brett mentioned these 3 words, and it just like kind of made my mouth water. Brett says, my mom makes the best smoked salmon chowder.
Oh,
Smoked salmon chowder. This just sounds great.
yeah, it does.
Smelling it.
Oh my God, can
Stirring
I?
it.
I'm sorry, Drew. I just got excited because I see a message from somebody and I'm thinking, this is the person I think I know. Stephanie Mason says, I'll be working Christmas Eve at Rod Hill's favorite restaurant. Actually, it's my daughter's favorite restaurant. Five Guys. She
Yeah.
loves Five Guys burgers.
My boys do too.
Which cracks me up because all she puts on her burgers is ketchup. But
That's
that's it.
No
you
cheese.
Can get, but
Like
she,
15 ingredients
cheese
for
and
free.
ketchup. But she loves their burgers. Yeah, the thing about Five Guys is you pile in all the ingredients. But Stephanie, are you the manager that's been there forever? She says, she must be. I tried to pop up the picture to take a look, but anyway. Okay. That's
So
not-
she's
but-
working.
But Stephanie's a sweetheart. If it's who I'm thinking it is, and even if it's not who I'm thinking it is, she may still be a
you're not a
sweetheart.
sweetheart.
I'm just not sure.
I do like a Five Guys burger. I mean, it's greasy but good, and they have great fries there. Greasy, again, but good. But real quickly,
The fries are that greasy.
you don't think so?
But they're good.
If you put them in a bag, Rod, and take them home, look at that bag when you get home. It is a wet bag by
We've
the
never
time you get
gotten
home.
ours home. They're always gone by the time we get home.
Real quick, I'll say about the milkshakes there. If you're into milkshakes, Five Guys has good milkshakes as well. And right now, my boys are in this kick where they like the coffee chocolate combination because you can also like.
Really? That's very mature of them.
Yeah, they're very
like,
mature
I didn't like
boys.
anything coffee tasting for a long time.
They like that espresso madness ice cream from Tillamook as well. They are into the coffee flavor.
My daughter is as well. Same
Yeah.
age as your boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she drink coffee?
She will, but not
Yeah.
a lot. But to what Drew's
Do
talking
they
about, the
drink
actual
coffee?
coffee flavor, she kind of likes. Yeah.
Okay, who was it that mentioned the smoked salmon? Do you remember the
Brett.
name? Brett. So, Brett, you jogged my memory. I was digging through my purse because I have been carrying around this flyer for weeks. I found these guys at the Happy Valley Farmers Market.
Okay.
Kenai Red Fish Company. They have all kinds of fish and smoked fish, which we've bought. But the thing that I am just jonesing for is their little smoked salmon spread. And
Oh,
they
yeah, I
freeze
love
it,
that, like cream
And you
cheese
can
spread.
pop it in your freezer, and then you pull it out, and you can like a nice rustic bread or crackers. This I know will be at my Christmas.
Yes. Smoked
I gotta call
salmons,
these people.
yeah.
Now,
Please, I hope they have it left over.
They have a regular store you walk into in Happy Valley?
No, I don't.
They're at the
think
farmers
so.
market.
That's
The
the only
farmers
place
market,
I've
okay,
seen
alright.
them, and then
Okay.
it just has like if you want to, chat with somebody, you can.
Here's a cute idea for you that we've done for a lot of years. You get pumpernickel, a loaf of pumpernickel bread. It's
Yes,
that dark colored, almost kind of rye. And you take a piece of that, get some lox or smoked salmon. Oh, sorry. Layer it with cream cheese, lox or smoked salmon over the top, and then you get a Christmas tree cookie cutter, and you press it in there, and you get these little pink Christmas trees, and then you get capers, and you kind of dollop those in the cream cheese, and those are the ornaments.
Yes.
And little slices of red onion for the boughs that go across.
Oh, geez.
And I was always in charge of like making the salmon
work.
Christmas trees. Yeah, but they're so pretty on a platter, and it's just bread and cream cheese. And
Give me an
love
Oreo
that.
cookie.
no, it tastes
You lost
awesome.
me at red onion.
I like
No,
that.
I'll just
I like
pick it
that
up.
a
There's
lot.
like 3
That sounds cute. I would love it if you did it.
They're cute. I have a picture. Maybe I'll bring you some.
Do you think
on
that
my
we should
Instagram.
have a little sunrise extra Christmas party?
Well, I think we're having a.
That would be kind of fun if we all
Like
brought
our last
some
sunrise extra for
appetizer or something.
the year before we all go on vacation.
Okay. I was told that we were going to have a 7:30 a.m. Christmas sort of festive meal here. I think on Friday of this week.
Are we
You're
supposed
off.
to get a KGW surprise? That's when we get like a little surprise gift or something, isn't it?
Well, if you sign up to give a gift to somebody else.
Oh, that's what it is.
secret.
Yes.
I gotta sign up to get a
Dang
gift.
it! You got to give a gift to somebody else.
Okay. Oh, I didn't- I need to do that. I didn't see that, so I need to do that. Okay. Hey, Renee Robertson, real quick. We have a wine. I love this. We have a wine tasting on Christmas, which is also my father-in-law's birthday. Cheeses, breads, and later a lemon basil shrimp pasta. I think that's
Oh,
fun.
yum. Say it again.
Basil shrimp
What was
It
came
was
before it? Lemon basil
lemon
pasta.
basil shrimp pasta.
And what was the
Sounds
other
good.
thing that they serve up?
Just the wine tasting with different cheeses and breads, yeah.
That's fun.
Sounds
Just open a bunch of
amazing.
bottles and
Yeah.
stick them on the counter.
Yeah, it is fun.
That's another thing that I typically don't cook is pasta, so maybe that's an idea. I do love that.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are amazing.
I've been promising to make
Ideas.
I have a good recipe for eggplant lasagna.
Oh, yeah.
Been married, 7 years now, and I've never made it for my wife, but every month or so I say I'm going to make it. But it's a great recipe. Eggplant lasagna, super healthy, eggplant, super healthy.
Yep.
You just use, the eggplant for the layering, so the pasta, and it's fantastic, and it's light.
I like eggplant.
It's really good.
You do a meat sauce on that?
You can't. I usually make mine a total vegetarian, usually, just because it's eggplant. So I figure I might as well stick with the theme.
Yeah. Kim Tannehill on
like you.
YouTube. Good morning, Kim. She is one of our viewer recipes from Thanksgiving.
Oh,
She
wow.
said she does a cool thing, and we used to do this, I remember now, as a kid. It's called she calls it a simmer pot, but it's just for the aroma in the morning. So in the morning, the night before Christmas, she does a pot of water with orange slices, cloves, cinnamon sticks, bay leaves, rosemary, and you just kind of turn it on low, and it fills the house with, it's like potpourri almost,
You do not want to hear me sing. I love this too, crab cakes.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Brenda. Crab season started on time. Crab cakes for Christmas.
I do like crab cakes.
That
We
is a
just
leading
ate like
contender.
4 whole crab, picked it over at the coast this weekend because it was the first weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was
I
so
love crab.
good.
I always cheap out because it's expensive. Oh, my flipping
You
gosh.
know what?
I
It
love
was at Belle Bouille over in Seaside. It's all cooked and everything. If you just take the head off and wash out in the sink, $12.95 a pound. So we got 2 crabs, 2 big ones for $36. It's
not so
like
bad.
pretty good. And then we just
Worth it.
got a bottle of champagne. We turned on the duck game. And we're cracking crab.
This is the Duck Utah
And-
game? Or
Yeah,
another
on
game?
Friday.
Sorry.
Yeah, well. I don't care. But, yeah,
Director
it's fun.
Brian says $9.99 in Lincoln City.
Really?
A pound, yeah.
Really?
Barnacle Bills, Lincoln City.
They
he
were
says
selling it for
$9.99.
$20 a pound at other places in Canopy.
Wow.
Oh, I could totally do
So
like
it's all
seafood.
over the
Crab
place.
cakes, clam chowder, or smoked salmon chowder.
Yeah.
Some of the smoked salmon stuff for the bread.
That sounds
The idea of like a Christmas Eve appetizer layout and spread to me sounds way more exciting and attractive than Christmas dinner itself on the 25th.
Okay.
Like I like the idea of like standing
I like
there
that.
drinking,
Nibbling.
just
Trying
picking
different things.
all
Yeah.
kinds of things, than
Yeah.
just having like one main course
Yeah.
meal on the 25th.
I would concur.
I remember growing up, the girlfriend I was dating in college, her row homes in Philadelphia, the street she lived on, like her house was here, middle of the row. Her friend's house was like 5 doors down, but still close together on the end of the row. And both families would have like a Christmas Eve sort of party. And they both had
You could
different
just kinda
foods.
walk
Yeah,
through,
people were just
yeah.
kind of walking up and down the street. You know, it's cold out, but you didn't care. And, everyone kind of hanging out. And I've never seen anything like that since. That was like 30 years ago. I was like, that was a
cool.
great Christmas Eve.
You had the
Really
guy
festive.
singing with the fire in the barrel and
Take it back.
Sylvester Stallone walking by. That's awesome.
Take it back. No, we didn't have that. But we had Christmas Eve appetizers, and they were good.
I do love that. All good ideas.
Are you getting good ideas?
Yeah, I
Is
think we
anyone
have some
doing
great
like
ideas.
enchiladas or anything? Oh, somebody said tamales.
Tamales, yeah. One of my good buddies, his mom, I believe Michael's mom lives with them now. But, Michael's mom, his parents grew up in Mexico, so that's a big tradition for them, that the day before Christmas, that's all they do. And it takes all day to make the tamales for Christmas dinner. Yeah.
Katie does a huge cheese board, pickle, olive tray, lots of crackers, breads to go with it for Christmas Eve. Yeah,
It
absolutely.
does fill you up. So I get mad though when people get so filled up and then they don't eat the dinner that
Yeah.
I've slaved over.
So don't make a dinner, just make all those appetizers.
I guess.
Let them
You
not
do that sometimes. You go to a
graze.
restaurant and you see that appetizer list so good. I'm thinking, maybe
I
let's
would
get a
have
bunch
3 of
of
I
those.
do that a lot. I'll have like 3 of those and that's
Right.
Gracie,
keep going
it's almost
here.
time to say goodbye.
Yes.
Almost, yeah.
And when it comes to crackers, I'm good with the wheat thins. You don't have to get too fancy.
I like the basic Triscuits too.
Oh, the Triscuits,
wheat
yes.
thin and the Triscuits.
Triscuit. Yeah, classics.
Yes, I like it.
Classics.
I'd like some right now, as a matter of fact.
All right, you guys. Did you get any ideas, Brenda?
I did got a lot of good
yeah?
ones.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
Good. We will see you tomorrow, you guys. Have a good Tuesday.
You ever put a wheat thin on a Triscuit, Rod?